Hi guys, welcome back.
We just did the 1050. Gave it a 8. He gave it a 9. So we're gonna agree on 8.5. My thoughts on it, it's 10.5. You don't really get the alcohol taste, but yet the taste that you do get don't really hang around. That's why I give it an 8. I would like to taste the roastiness and a little bit more coffee for a little bit longer. It's there, then it's gone. So.
Exactly. When I first, that was a re-review. When I first had it, it was overpowering. So you need to understand where we're coming from. Been doing craft beers for a few years now, so if you're new to it, just take into consideration that it's going to be a little stronger for you.
Yep.
Alright, now we're going to be doing the Marshall Oktoberfest. This is for 2016. I'm actually surprised I haven't done their Oktoberfest before. Marshall's overall, for me, it's an okay brewery. But some stuff's kind of hit and miss. I know their Atlas IPA was pretty good. Their Big Jamoke is my favorite. It's one of my favorite beers of all time. The cat's out there dying. You want to go?
Yeah.
Be right back.
Well, first I thought maybe that was on TV. I was like,
Scratch the shit, man. Like, oh, we good.
I'm not a cat person.
Alright, so we just saved the cat.
Or a cat.
Yeah. Man, I feel like she scratched the shit out of me. Yeah, I'm good. Alright, where are we sitting at on alcohol? Does not sit. Probably below 6.
I don't smell him.
No? I'm getting kind of a dusty kind of malt. Oh, yep, she got me.
Yeah, Band-Aid?
No, I'm good.
Hey. She's a kitten at that, so that's just extra sharp. Well, we don't know what we said. We want to guess on it, then we can.
Yeah, we can look then.
Look then.
It smells a little sweeter than the typical Oktoberfest that I've had. Getting extra sweet malts.
Four and a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's pretty low. I'm gonna say 4.8.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of it?
I'm getting the old. Hold on.
Yeah, it tastes a little funny.
I got a little bit of piney. Very little.
6%.
They hide the alcohol good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really getting anything. Getting a little bit of citrus, a little bit of piney, but that's about it. Not a bad beer though.
Like I said, I'm getting like a dusty. When I mean dusty, maybe it's like, I don't know how to describe it. The way it feels in your mouth is kind of got a dusty kind of feeling. Grains, it's a little sweeter, a little dry. I'm not getting a bunch of hops. Maybe, yeah, I'm about to say the German hops.
We did go up to the Oktoberfest one year.
I think 2 years ago we went to the one, either 1 year or 2 years ago.
In Choctaw?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up there, been about 5 years ago.
Jesse's father-in-law got fucking wrecked.
Well, I went up there and I wasn't expecting it to be that expensive the first time ever going.
Yeah.
So I only took like $50 out there. By the time I paid to get in, and everything else, hell, I only had like $20 to drink on.
Well, the thing was, we went the very last day it was open, and everybody who works there gets this big sheet of paper, and it's got, free food, free drink, free drink, free drink, free drink, free shot, free so forth and so on. And here it was, 12 o'clock, 12:30, and they're shutting it down at 2 o'clock. And these people were going home, and they were just giving out free drinks, free food. So, I mean, literally, we got about $80 worth of free drinks and free food. We were full, and we were still getting free food and just taking it. We put it in the fridge. Fireball shots were just everywhere. Actually, I think they closed it at 1. So it was about 45 minutes or so we got all that free stuff. And then we went over to another bar for about an hour since, they shut bars down at 2 o'clock. Jesse's father-in-law fell out of his chair. It was pretty lit.
Fireball. Yeah, I got a brand new bottle of Fireball and I ain't never been open.
Not really.
Yeah, I don't drink it. Anyone drinks it?
Went to the liquor store today, and they got some moonshine that was made up in Total that they sell.
Total?
Yeah. 180 proof, 190 proof.
Ooh. Yeah, that's straight. Yeah, now I got that Fireball in there, about almost a year ago. One of my friends come by and he left it here, and I don't like Fireball.
Whiskey burns enough as it is. Don't need to add the hot cinnamon flavor to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like Hot Damn. I've always liked Hot Damn, but that Fireball, I just don't like it. Now, I did have the Jack Fire, which is awesome. Jack Daniel's Fireball is awesome. Because you got your Jack with just, like, picture a shot glass of Jack and just throw a peppermint in it. And let it set for about, a minute before you take the shot.
Peppermint?
Yeah. But that's the only way I know how to explain how it tastes. And it's just awesome. It's Jack with a little bit of peppermint in it. It's awesome.
It's weird.
But of course, Jim Beam, they got their Fireball too, which ain't too bad.
I'm not a fan of Jack. It seems just a little too sour for me.
Yeah. I'm not a big whiskey drinker. Every once in a while, I like to, but I've noticed whenever I get to drink a whiskey, I start losing friends. Because I stop putting up with petty shit that, like, shouldn't even bother you, but, once the whiskey gets to flowing, everything starts bothering you. And, just kind of how it goes. I mean, stuff when you're sober, it wouldn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
So anyway, back on the drinking hand.
Alright. We get kind of a fruity note. Now that I cleared my palate a little bit. I got peach. Kind of weird. Sweet grains. It's not like the typical Oktoberfest I'm used to. It seems a little sweeter. It's not as dry. It's not as bitter. I'm not as big of a fan of it as a typical Oktoberfest that I've had. I like the dryness and the bitterness a little bit more. It's a little too sweet for me. What are you getting out of it?
Well, I'm getting a slight grapefruit, very slight, dusty combination there. Kind of what I would picture a rotten grapefruit.
Yeah.
Or a grapefruit starting to rotten. Type. One thing I do love about it, that is a 6% beer, and they hide the alcohol very well.
Oh yeah. If I'd have to choose this over any other domestic, I'd choose this any day.
Yeah, it's not a bad beer. You know, it's still got more flavor than, you know, Bud Light, Budweiser, Coors, you know, now, but over you know, IPA or anything like that, no.
It's a little too sweet for me.
Yeah. So.
All right. I chose.
Yep.
You spin. As an Oktoberfest, I'm gonna have to say it's. All
right. So, though it was kind of a, you know, 6%, I'm gonna give it 8.5.
I said 7.5, just because it's a little too sweet. If they bump that sweetness down, bring the bitterness up just a hair, I'd have gave this a 10.
If I like the sweetness, I mean, they might can lower it a little bit, but I like where the sweetness sits there. If they would just bring the bitterness up,
or yeah, even just bring the bitterness up.
I would probably throw it at 10 too.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and say 8.
But
just bump the bitterness up a little bit.
Yeah, but I want to give it that, you know, just out there because, hey, you want to do lawn work or something? Not a bad beer.
All right, so if you're in Oklahoma, if you can get Marshall, be on the lookout for the Big Jamoke. I decided this year I'm gonna try making my own barbecue sauce. I'm gonna try to condense down some Big Jamoke and make my own barbecue sauce. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So what have you seen?